So, a lot of people really like my cooking cornbread, banana bread. I made a lot of crap earlier this year, and it's really easy. So I decided that, I should tell other people, other college students, how to make random stuff. And it's really, really easy to do a lot of this. None of it needs to be precise. Basically buy whatever, draw all the crap together, and you can make it. So, here's Cooking with Collin for college students. Sweet.
Beans and cornbread. Beans and cornbread. Beans and cornbread.
Today, we're going to make cornbread. Now, cornbread is a quick bread, and a lot of people don't know this. There's a fake fact for you. George Washington invented cornbread in the year 1863 when he discovered America and Indians. True story. Anyway, here's what we're going to need. I've got 1 cup of cornmeal. It's just plain old cornmeal you buy at the store. If you're here in Japan, you pretty much have to buy it at an import shop. Half cup of sugar. This is going to be a sweeter cornbread. 1 cup of regular old all-purpose flour. And the cup measurements in grams, 200 grams or 200 cc's of cornmeal and flour, and 100 of sugar. 2 teaspoons of baking powder, so 10 grams baking powder. 1 teaspoon of salt, so 5 grams of salt. And then you're supposed to do a 1/3 cup of oil, butter, margarine, whatever the hell you want. I'm using a mixture of butter and margarine because I really like the taste of butter, and it's better than oil. And then you'll also need a cup of milk. You can use regular milk, non-fat, 2%, 1%, whole milk, buttermilk, doesn't matter. I'm going to use 4.4% minimum fat milk. This is some really high fat, super whole Japanese milk, and it just tastes better. And you'll need 1 egg. So, to start, take all the dry ingredients and put them in a big bowl. Then take a whisk, spoon, knife, fork, whatever the hell you want to mix it. So you just want to make sure that it all gets kind of mixed together, and that way you don't get it, or just kind of get rid of any big lumps of flour that might be left, and make sure it's all mixed. Then crack your egg right in. And pour in your butter. And then your milk. And then whisk that together until it's pretty mixed up. And it should look about like that, pretty runny. It doesn't need to be super dry or anything. And then we'll take a pre-greased 11-inch by 11-inch cooking pan. And you can use a 9-inch round pan or something a little bit bigger than this, or like cupcake tins, whatever the hell you want. Just anything enough to fill it up about halfway. So if you're using several small ones, fill them up about halfway, otherwise they're going to cook over and overflow. So we'll take that, and then just grease it with butter or margarine, cooking spray, anything. One variation that you can do on this is take, say, sloppy Joe meat, so ground beef, ketchup, maybe kidney beans or anything else that you want to add to it. Cook that ahead of time and pour it in the bottom of the pan, and then pour the cornbread on top of it, and you can turn this into a really cheap, easy dinner, like a cornbread casserole. Really good. If you do that, cut down on the sugar, maybe go about 1/4 cup sugar. This is pretty sweet, so it's going to be good to eat in itself. So, just take it, dump it in. And if you got a spatula, it really helps too. So, got this one at IKEA for like 90 yen. So you don't need a special silicone one or anything like that. Just any kind of spatula or something to scrape in there with. So you can get all of that out there. A lot. And you just want to make sure it's kind of smooth in the pan so you don't get high spots, low spots, anything like that. And then take it and toss it into a preheated to 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit oven. Now, if you're a college student and you're living in a dorm, you probably don't have a real oven. If you do, you're pretty lucky. But if you don't, or if you're living in a small apartment like I am, you can get a toaster oven and cook it in a toaster oven. And if you do it in a toaster oven or convection oven, or in my case, crazy hybrid convection toaster oven, you'll need to set it, you can set it at 200 degrees Celsius or 400 Fahrenheit, unless it's really small, and then I would set it something lower, about 180, or in a toaster oven, just the high setting, whatever that is. And you'll need to cook it for 20 minutes in a regular oven, about 15 in this. So I'm going to let it warm up for just a minute, and then that's cooked cornbread ready to go. Now, you know, I mean, it's 15 minutes. That's enough time that if you really wanted to, you could clean all your dishes, or you could do like what I'm going to do. Get drunk. Okay, so the cornbread should be done now. Now, the easiest way to tell if it's done is to take a fork, toothpick, whatever, you know, chopstick, whatever, and just stick it in to the middle of the bread. And you should be able to pull it out, and if there isn't really much of anything on there, it should be done. So, it's done. And you should let that cool for at least a few minutes before you dig into it. So there's one easy recipe, and you know, depending on how you make it, you can turn it into a meal, or you could just have it as a snack, or eat it with chili, whatever. So till the next lesson, I guess, enjoy your food.